So, okay, let me restart the class. So, so as part of design techniques, so far we have covered the BVA, ECP. We have covered value analysis and equivalent class partition. So we'll talk about the rest of the three. What is the
Data transition.
decision table? Yeah, that is the state transition, and one more is error guessing. So we covered these two. So we will talk about the decision table. Now we will talk about the decision table. Okay. So we'll talk about the decision table. So now let us talk about the decision table technique. Okay. So when we'll go to decision table, like if we are having more number of conditions, okay, like conditions means suppose if we have some conditions like true or false, okay, true or false, like that we can go with this technique. If we check more conditions, then we need to take this technique. So this is called cause effect. So this is also called as a also called as a cause effect. So mainly we are using this technique only for to check the conditions. Okay, we will to check some conditions like conditions are true or false statements as we'll get. So in these techniques we'll use okay this technique. So okay, this technique is also known as cause effect table. Cause and effect means what is the decision and what is the action we are taking. Okay, so cause and effect means what is the decision and what is the action that we are going to perform. Okay, the decision table mainly two important things. One is what is the condition and what is the corresponding action. The decision tables will have mainly one is condition and this is the action. Okay. These are the two main important things focus on the decision table. Now let us see the example on how to create the decision table. Okay, let's I will take some example so everyone having the bank accounts, right? Like everyone has in the internet banking or mobile app, right? So I think everyone is having how to transfer the money, right? So in order to transfer the money to other accounts, so what are the things we need to check? So transferring money online to an account which is an already added and approved. So first, in order to check to transfer an account means what we have to do, we have to check account is added. Okay, and what are the precondition here is if the account is already added and approved, then we can transfer the money. So what are the precondition is here is if the account is already added and approved, then we can transfer the money online. So what is the condition and what is the action here? So already account is added and approved the account. So this is the condition. So condition here is the account is already added and approved. So approved means if we have State Bank of India of account. So what we will do for initially, we'll add the account. Okay. Once the account is added, after sometimes like it will take some 30 minutes. Like once after that 30 minutes, we'll get some OTP. If you enter the OTP, then the account will be approved. Approved in the sense it is eligible for to transfer the money to the other account, right? So if this account is also approved, there are two conditions here, and the conditions are matched, then we can send the money through the online. We are sending the money through online, so that is an action. You see, the sending money is an action, and the condition is the account is already added or not. That we are checking some conditions. So in order to send the money is we need to check whether the account is added or not. So added or not, we are checking. That is condition and the rest. you are sending the money, you are doing some thing, right? That is an action. So transferring money is an action, and what is the condition we have is account is added. So one condition is account is one condition is account is approved, and one condition is account is valid. So if you want to test this particular scenario, we have to follow certain different aspects. So let us see what are the aspects. Okay. So first we need to understand what is the condition and what is the action. So in this scenario, what condition? First, let us see the condition. So account is already added. So account is already added. That is one condition. And even though if approved over account, sorry, even though if approved, the account is approved, is added at the time of money sending, it will send OTP. That OTP is also should match, and then only you can send the match. So once the account is added, sorry. So once the account is added, is already approved. That is one condition, right? And even though if approved, our account is added. Approved, our account is added at the time of money sending. Even sometimes we are what we will do nowadays, we are sending in IMPS, right? We have, so in order to send IMPS at that time also we can add the account, okay, before sending the money. Sometimes we have to do some RTGS NEFT transaction, we'll add some accounts previously, right? So in IMPS, like we can instantly add the accounts, right? So in that condition also, okay. So if you want to, even though if approved, our account is already at the time of money sending, it will send you OTP, right? So it will send an OTP. That OTP should match. That OTP should match. That is also one condition, right? Then only we can send the money. So this is called some kind of condition. So under condition, I have three pieces. Like one is under condition. This is condition. Under condition, I have three pieces. One is account approved. And other is OTP match. And one more is sufficient amount should be. So these are my conditions. Condition, I have three conditions. Okay. So under condition, I have three pieces. One is account approved, one is OTP match, and one is sufficient amount to transfer. So these are all the conditions, but all the conditions, even on the example, but we need to assume few things here. But in the requirement, what they have given is only account is added. Till now, we are seeing only account is added and approved. But other things I have not added is, but we have to assume those things. Yeah. So previously I have said only account is added and approved, but we have to consider in other things, like we have to assume these things, sufficient money, okay, and this, because account already added and approved, fine, but money is not there, we cannot transfer, right? And OTP does not match, we cannot transfer. Those things cannot mention everything. So we have to assume few things here. So overall, we have three conditions. One is account is already approved, then OTP should match, and also sufficient money have an account. If these conditions match, only we can pass or send the we can send the money online, right? So now we will see action plans. So in the action plans, we can transfer money if all the conditions are becomes true. Okay. So in order to do some action, we have to transfer some money, right? So when we will send the money, if all conditions are becomes true, and sometimes we have to show message. For suppose if we don't have sufficient money, right? So these two things are these conditions are matched, a success, and at the end, if we don't have sufficient, in order to send, I want to send 1,000 rupees, but I have only 100 rupees. So at that time, this test case is this condition should fail, right? So what is the expect I can get some like if there is no sufficient money to transfer. So what is the message I can expect is insufficient funds available. So okay. So for suppose we if all conditions are becomes true, and sometimes we have to show some messages for invalid cases, right? Invalid means if there is no sufficient amount, then we have to show some error message like insufficient funds available. And suppose if OTP does not match, so what can I expect is if the OTP does not match, what we can see, OTP is invalid. Or sometimes if we enter multiple times OTP, then what will happen? Yeah, user, you can block the user, or OTP is wrong. So like the block the transaction in case of suspicious transaction. So there are three possible conditions and there are three possible actions here. So if you observe here, we have three conditions, right? And three actions, right? So three conditions and three actions. Everything we need to cover. So all the conditions and actions we have to cover at the time of testing. So like this, you have to prepare a decision table. Okay, clear?
Okay, sir.
Next, we'll go for the state transition. Okay, let's take an example on the login page, which logs the username after three wrong attempts of a password. Okay, condition is user should log after okay. This is many. Let me draw a diagram here. This is home page. Let's see.
So these are all comes under actions, sir.
Sorry,
These all are come under actions, sir.
this is different topic.
This is
No, sir. This one is about condition and action.
station.
Sham, you're asked Sham. Sham.
Yes, sir.
Okay, you're asking for a decision table concept or this?
Decision table concept. Conditions apply. Only money transaction. Conditions.
Sham, you're not clear. I'm getting the background noise only. Okay, we'll come to you. We'll come to you at the end. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah. So in the login page of an application, so what is the requirement here is the application which logs the username after 3 wrong attempts of password. So sometimes we can observe in ATMs or some banking applications, like if we enter your passwords 3 times, the account will lock, right? So 3 times will lock your username or account. Again, we need to raise a request and so on, right? There is some other process, right?
Yes, sir.
So it is allowed 3 atoms, right? Here is it is allowed only 3 atoms, but for the third time also it was wrong. Then it will automatically your account will be blocked. So that's the requirement here. Okay, let us see for this requirement how to draw state transition. Okay, so here we need to understand what are the states and what are the actions. Here we need to say what are the states and what are the actions. These two things are very important. Okay, so we need to hear is what is the states and actions. So first attempt, second attempt, and third attempt, they are the, so we are attempting. So these things, right? First attempt, second attempt, third attempt. Okay. Right. Let me draw a complete diagram I have. Okay. So first attempt, third attempt, second attempt, or fourth. So first, second, and third attempts. These are the actions. So first time, okay, we will enter the pin number. Okay, that is an action. Okay, first time we enter the pin number, that is an action. Second time also action, and third time is also action. Okay, so these 3 atoms we can say 3 atoms. So we get these 3 atoms we can say 3 actions. Now let us say we have written 3 different box. Okay, let's say we have right. This is state. This is login. Pass. Okay. So. mm, Uh, S1 first attempt. S2 second attempt. Next is S3. Okay. S4. S5. Account blocker. Yeah. Suppose, okay, first attempt itself pass, and then I should go. So first attempt is passed, then I should go home page, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So first example, and suppose first attempt is failed. For example, now what should I do? First attempt is failed, I need to go for second
Second.
attempt, right? How to do? So in the second attempt, if it is correct input, then it will go to home page. Okay. If it is failed, it will go to
Third
next
attempt.
step is we have to do third
Yes.
attempt, right?
Yes, sir.
So in the second attempt, if given correct input, then it will go to the home page. Even if the second attempts, if I give invalid input, it will go to the third attempts. So if I give correct it will go to the home page. Even third, then if I give valid, then it will go to home page. Okay.
Yes.
If it is incorrect account will be, if it is incorrect third time also, what will happen? Account will be blocked. So this is the state transition diagram. And based on this, we need to write a small table. Okay. That is this table. Let's see how we can do that. Okay. This is simple example. And you guys clear, right, about this diagram, state
Yes, sir.
transition diagram. So now
Yes, sir.
we'll see how to write this state transition. Okay. So here 3 atoms and every state is changed. So if it is a pass first attempt, then state is different. Okay. If first is failed, then state is different. It will go to the next step. Now see this table. So I have listed out few columns here. State will be the one column and login, correct password and incorrect password. State, login, password correct and invalid password correct. Now let us see what are the states here. Okay.
Okay.
So I need to list out the all the states, each and everything in a state here. So first attempt, second attempt, third attempts, not only this home page, account lock, all these are states. So, or not only so these things. Okay, we need to check for account block, home page, and all. So I have listed all the states based on the transition diagram. So now we have 5 different states. Now see what is S1. S1 is first attempt. So S1 is first attempts. When do the first attempts, okay, when I do the first attempt, if I give the correct one, then it should go to the
Homepage.
not home page. So here home page is S4.
S4.
So we have to go here is, so if it is success, it is go for S4. What it
S4.
means is home page. Suppose in the first attempt, if I give invalid password, then what is the state it goes is?
Second attempt.
So in correct, if I give second one is what it will go is
Yes, sir.
what
S2.
is the state
S2.
S2,
S2.
right? Okay. So what it means, it's a second attempt. Now in S2 in the state transition 2. Okay. Second attempt, if it is correct, then it will go to
S4.
if it S4. S4. If it is invalid, it will
S3.
go to S3. Okay. And then
Yes.
if it is invalid, it will go to third attempt. Okay. Now we will go to the third attempt. If it is correct, what will go?
S4.
S4. If it is invalid,
S5.
S4. Excellent. So it is invalid because third time it is failing. So it should go to the S5, right?
Yes, sir.
Which is account blocked measure should display. This is final state. So after that, we cannot write. Once the account is blocked, we cannot do any action. So we have only 5 states based on the state, automatically based upon the data we provided. Here the state will change accordingly. Clear this?
Yes,
What
sir.
is state? Here? Okay. So now we'll go for the error guessing. I'm clear. I'm erasing this page. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Now we'll talk error. Okay, so error guessing is one of the testing technique used to find bugs in a software application. So based on testers' previous experience, like submitting a form without values or enter invalid values such as alphabets in the numeric field. So based on the experience, testers will have some prior expectations on the output. So these are all the test design techniques. Okay. So like I have some, okay, let me draw one thing here. So this is username. Okay, this is Jocelyn. So what you guys will think? Okay, I have only the requirement is 4 to 6 characters, and I can enter only lowercase letters. Okay, here I can enter only lowercase. Uh, so I can enter only username and the lowercase letters. I can enter between 4 to 8 characters. Okay, so character guessing. So I have some experience. Okay, if I give some numbers. Okay, if I give someone, I know what should I know what should be the expected output is. This is an invalid username. I will expect, but something like freshers can what they think it's a invalid. Okay, they're saying they can think like an invalid, but I can think I can expect some output. Like I can expect some output. It should display the username is not a valid. We need to enter only a alphabets. Okay, so error guessing is something like based on the prior experience. Okay, so based on the prior experience on the output, so these are all the test design techniques. Now let's go for different terminologies. Okay, so error guessing is nothing much. This is for based on the prior experience, the testers can get the expected output. Okay, based on the scenarios what they have tested. Okay, based on the experience, they will get some expected output. That is only error guessing. Error guessing is nothing much. They have the big topic. Okay, it is a small thing. It's based on the prior experience of a tester. They can expect some output based on the given input. Okay, so like some validation messages or something like different what they have experienced in the previous years. So the okay, clear.
Yes,
Error
sir.
guessing is nothing much. Okay, it's like a prior experience based on the prior experience. What is the expected output that we are that we can see here. Okay, nothing.
Yes,
Okay, that's it.
yes, sir.
Okay, now let's go for different terminologies. Okay, so we already discussed about the functional testing, non-functional testing. Under functional testing, we have so many techniques. Okay, here I'm talking about terminologies because in day-to-day life, we use these terms very frequently in the real-time environment. For example, retesting, regression testing, ad hoc testing, smoke testing. These are all the commonly used terminologies. When you heard about these words, we need to understand. Okay, we need to understand this. Suppose someone asked you to do ad hoc testing, or someone asked you to do some regression testing, or someone should ask about the retesting. So you need to know about this, what this testing steps. Okay, similarly, someone asked about the retesting or alpha testing, beta testing. So now we'll discuss on these testing techniques. So first we'll discuss about the sanity testing and smoke testing. Okay.
Yeah, okay, sir.
These are all now we are in the part of started your functional testing. Okay. Within 2 days, we can go for practical also. Okay. So now we'll discuss on the testing. Now first we'll discuss about sanity testing and smoke testing. So these are all very, very important even during our interviews or any certifications also. Okay. Sanity and smoke testing both are similar kind of testing with a slight difference. Let us see about the sanitary testing. So before understanding about sanity and smoke testing, we should know about the build or software build. We should know about the build, or we can say software build. Okay, so software build is nothing but a developer will create number of program sets. So developer will create number of program sets. So why they will create programs here is to develop some software, and they don't provide the programs to the QA people. So testing team don't test the program set, they test only the software. So they need a build. So build is nothing but it is a integrated product. So integrated product means all the programs will be integrated there and make a package format as an executable format. So that is called a software build. So QA people will always get software build for testing. Okay, so like build means like so for suppose if we have a Chrome browser, in order to install that Chrome browser into your system, what you don't want the So developers are the Google won't give you any program to you directly, right? They will integrate all this program into a one executable format, an executable format .exe file. So they will convert all the programs into a executive file, and they are the executable file. We can take that and we can install it on our systems, right? In a similar way, the programmers will write a code and they will integrate into all the programs into a build or software build. So that build will QA people will take that and they will install in the QA machines and they start testing. Okay, clear? What is build is clear, right?
Yes, sir.
Now let's go to the sanity and smoke testing. Okay. So we have taken build 1, build 2, build 3, so on, etc., etc. Okay. Sorry. Okay.
Yeah, okay, sir.
So initiated builds and relatively unstable. Relatively stable builds okay. Okay. Now, so developer will provide you multiple builds, not only 1, 2, 3. There are number of builds because every build have certain number of issues, and we report the issues, and developer will fix the issues, and then again they will give builds. So this is the common process in entire software life cycle. This is the common process. Now let us understand when sanity and smoke will come into picture. So smoke testing is the entry point and sanity testing is the next one. So smoke testing verifies critical functionalities like application application will start successfully. So here some test will done early stages. For example, when developers start giving builds like build one, build two. Okay, when developer starts giving builds like build one, build two. Okay, that first few builds are not stable. That is common in every environment. So first few builds are not stable. Okay, even sometimes we cannot install builds in those cases. We first verify the critical functions like our build is properly installed or not. Okay, like the very first time when the software is the very first time when we are going to start a test on the build. So when we get the build from the developer, okay, the very first time what we'll do, the first time we'll take that build and try to install into our machines. Okay, machines here or environments. So first time we'll check the build is successfully installing or not. Okay, so installed or not. If it is installed, all pages are coming or not means home page or report pages, all. Okay, so they are all critical. So before starting testing at the initial level, we do testing called as smoke testing. So before testing complete functionality, okay, we will do some initial testing. Okay, initial testing is like we are getting home page or not, the build is installed or not. These are things. Okay, so these are the basic things that we will do, right? That is smoke testing. Okay, initial stages, okay, initial level we can do testing is called smoke testing. So during this testing, what we'll do is we'll just install builds into our environments, okay, into our environments or machines, and verify whether the basic or critical functionality are working fine or not. That is called smoke testing. Smoke testing is initial functionality is working or not of a software application. That is smoke testing. So we do this in early or initial stages. So it is focused only on basic or critical functionality. So after so many builds, slowly the build becomes stable, right? So initially we are checking, we took one or two builds that we are getting some installation problems. We are unable to install that build into our machines. So slowly, one by one, we'll get to resolve all these issues. And finally, someday, sometime, like after taking fifth, 10th build, okay, our build becomes stable. So you're able to install the build and basic functionality also works fine. Everything goes well. And after some time, whenever you receive the builds, okay, whenever you receive the builds again and again, these two testings will be done as soon as you receive the bills. Similarly, between two between two is you will conduct the smoke and sanity testing at the same time whenever you receive bills from the developers. But okay, smoke testing we will do whenever you will receive a bill from the developer. But okay, the sanity testing will be done at later stages. The main functionality is working or not, along with a certain number of bug fixes are available or not. That also we need to make sure that talks about the sanity test. The smoke testing talks about only initial build. Okay, once the build is given by the developer, we'll check the proper functionality like home proper functionality is main functionality is working or not. But sanity testing is even during smoke testing, if we got that if we see that home page is not displayed, instead of home page we are getting account direct transfer page like a account transfer page, then it is a bug. So we will raise a bug, and assign to developer. Developer will fix that issue, and again he will give the build. Once he give the build, we'll test smoke test. Okay, where the build is successful and we are getting home page. Now we'll check the sanitary test. Sanitary test, in sanitary test, what we will do? We'll do check the bugs. What are the bugs we have raised previously that is fixed in this build or not? So we are testing functionality with along with the bugs. That is sanity testing. Okay, sanity testing is mainly focusing on the verifying the new functionality along with the bug fixes. Both will conduct when received or new builds. So in any case, if sanity or smoke test is failed, then we will simply reject the build, and again developer will provide new build. Okay, developer will again provide a new build. Okay, that is sanity testing. Okay, now we'll see retesting and regression testing. Now we'll see so clear, right? Any confusion?
No, sir.
Clear, right? Sanity and see. Okay, now we'll see retesting and regression testing. First, talk about the regression testing. Okay, first we'll talk about the regression testing. Repeated testing of an already tested program after modifications to discover any defects introduced or uncovered as a result of changes being tested. Okay, I will give an example on this. We are testing a build. Let us say we are testing build one. Okay, we found some issues in this, and we reported to the developer. So what developer will do is he will provide one more build with the fixes. So that's a build two. Okay. So in build one, we found some issues. Okay, in this and reported to the developer. So developer will give one more build. Okay, he will go build two. Okay, in the build two, what we need to verify now is whatever we have already tested in build number one. So in build number, whatever we have tested till now, like home page or a transaction page or account transfers or address update, whatever we are testing, we have to test completely or everything along with the same thing. We have to test it again because we found an issue in build one. So in the build two, we'll get the fix for build one. So we need to repeat the same testing again and again. So repeated testing is already tested program. That means already tested functionality in the previous build again. We need to test it again with the latest build. So mainly regression involves when new functionality enabled. Okay, so when main regression involves when new functionality added, change requirements, defects fixing, performance issues are in. Okay, let me write here. So main regression involves in new functionality added, changing requirements. Okay. Defects fixing, any performance issues. Still what we can say, environment changes. Like database updating, all this during these stages, regression will be done. Okay, suppose if we have reported one issue to developer and developer fixed that issue, and then again we have tested it again, that is called retest. So once the developer fixed the issue, again we are testing that issue is retesting. Okay, we have to test it again, right? That is called retesting. And because of this fix, is there any change? If fix because of this fix, what the developer has fixed due to above, due to that, is there any change in the functionality? Okay, is there in the change in the functionality that we will see? Like a functionality may be broken. If we test all other functions, then it comes under regression testing. So retesting is testing the repeated fixed provided by the issues. But the regression testing is we are testing along with the fixes and complete entire functionality of the application. Okay, that is regression testing. So retesting means testing only the particular change, whatever the defect we raised and fixed. Then we tested, that is retesting. And because of that change, if any functionality is broken or not is validated, that is regression testing. Okay,
Okay, sir.
clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay, let me clear. So till now we have covered all our testing concepts, and so start from the tomorrow we start executing how to write the test cases and how to test and how to frame a test cases step by step, how to write a scenarios and all. Okay,
Yeah, okay, sir.
so that's it for today's class. And please, if anyone knows and if you have any queries, you can directly call to our institute number. This is your institute number. Please save it as okay.
Okay, sir.
Let me stop recording.